All right, let's talk about that little button in your car. You know the one. It might have a checkered flag on it, or maybe just the word sport. It promises to make your drive a little more exciting, but what's it actually doing when you press it? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and demystify the magic behind that sport mode button.
I mean, seriously, we've all been there, right? You're on a nice open road, you see it glowing on the dash, and you just have to press it. The car definitely feels different, more alive. But how? Is it magically adding more horsepower, or is it just a clever gimmick? It's one of the most common features out there, but it's also one of the most misunderstood.
And that's the thing. This isn't some exclusive feature for high-end sports cars anymore. Not at all. You can find a sport mode button in just about everything these days, from the family SUV to a minivan, which means understanding what it actually does is more important now than ever. Okay, so let's get right into it. What are the things you can feel at the split second you push that button? What's really happening under the hood to create that instant rush, that feeling of fun? Well, the secret isn't mechanical. It's all about software. See, deep inside your car is something called the engine control unit, or ECU. Just think of it as the car's brain. When you press that sport mode button, you're not engaging some new physical part. You're just telling the ECU, hey, stop using your normal program and switch over to this other, more aggressive power map instead.
And the first, most noticeable change you feel has to do with something called throttle mapping. This is the #1 reason your car feels so much quicker in sport mode, even though, and this is key, it doesn't actually add a single horsepower.
So here's how that works. In normal mode, the car is all about being smooth and efficient. You press the gas pedal a little, you get a little bit of throttle. It's gentle. But in sport mode, the ECU completely changes that relationship. That same small push on the pedal now tells the engine to open the throttle way more, way faster. It creates that zippy hair trigger feeling. So you're not getting more power, you're just getting to it a heck of a lot quicker. Your transmission also gets a whole new attitude. Instead of shifting up really early to save gas, it holds onto each gear for longer. It keeps the engine revving high in its power band, which is the sweet spot where it makes the most horsepower and torque. It also gets way more aggressive with downshifts, so when you need to merge or pass someone, the power is there instantly. The gear changes just feel sharper, more direct, more connected. But it doesn't stop with the engine and the gearbox. Oh no. In most modern cars, pressing sport mode is like flipping a switch that changes the car's entire personality. We're talking about a total system recalibration. The steering can get heavier, the suspension can get firmer, the all-wheel drive system might send more power to the back wheels, even the sound of the car changes. And get this, in some performance cars, it'll literally tighten the side bolsters on your seat to hold you in place through the corners. How cool is that? And this really shows you the trade-offs you're making. That light, easy steering that's great for parking lots, it gets replaced with a heavier, more connected feel for twisty roads. The comfy, soft suspension, it stiffens up to keep the car flat and stable so you can corner with more confidence. It's all about shifting the car's priorities away from comfort and over to pure, unfiltered driver engagement. And that amazing engine sound you suddenly hear? That is not an accident. It's a science called psychoacoustics. Car makers know that sound creates an emotional connection. So whether they're opening up flaps in the real exhaust or even playing an enhanced engine note through the car speakers, they are carefully designing that sound to make the car feel faster and more powerful. It's brilliant, really. Of course, there's no such thing as a free lunch. When you're holding higher revs and the throttle is more sensitive, you're going to burn more fuel, period. And that stiff suspension that feels amazing on a smooth road can feel pretty rough and bumpy on city streets. And look, while it's perfectly safe to use, if you're driving aggressively in sport mode all the time, it can lead to a bit more wear and tear on things like your engine and tires over the long haul. So, how did we even get here? This whole idea of changing a car's personality with a button didn't just appear overnight. It's a really cool story of how we went from clunky mechanical switches to the incredibly complex software we have today. Believe it or not, the concept actually goes all the way back to the 1950s, with those cool push-button transmissions that had different driving ranges. But the real game changer came in the 80s, with the invention of the ECU and the drive-by-wire throttle. That was huge, because it meant software could now control the engine. Then, by the 2000s, you had cars like Ferraris with a single dial that changed everything at once. And now? Well, now it's all about the software. And that brings us to what we call the software-defined vehicle, or SDV.
This is a huge shift in thinking. It means a car's features and personality are shaped more by its computer code than by its physical parts. And that is exactly why sport mode has become so incredibly advanced and is now available in so many cars. And here's where it gets really wild. With over-the-air updates, your car can actually get better after you buy it. A carmaker could push out a software update that refines your car's sport mode suspension settings, or they could even add a whole new Sport Plus mode while it's sitting in your driveway. Your car is no longer this fixed thing. It's an evolving piece of tech. So what's next? What does the future look like? Well, we are quickly moving beyond just having a few preset modes. We're heading into a future where the car might just know what you want before you even do. And the key to all of this is artificial intelligence. AI is going to completely change how our cars feel. It's going to make the whole driving experience more personal, more predictive, and more adaptive than we can even imagine right now. The technology that's going to make this possible is called Edge AI. All that means is that the car's AI brain is right there, inside the vehicle, making decisions in real time. It doesn't have to send data up to the cloud and wait for an answer. And that's absolutely crucial for a system that needs to react instantly to you and the road. This really lays out the difference. Right now, we have to choose a mode and it just responds to what we do. The future is a car that anticipates our needs. It'll see from the navigation map that there's a fun, twisty road coming up and automatically firm up the suspension for you. It'll learn how you like to drive and tailor the throttle response perfectly just for you. And it gets even more personal. Just imagine biometric sensors in the steering wheel that can monitor your heart rate. If the car senses that you're stressed out after a long day, maybe it automatically switches to a calm mode, softening everything up. Or if it detects you're getting tired on a long trip, it could suggest activating sport mode for a few miles to sharpen your focus and keep you engaged. So the next time you reach for that sport button, just remember that you're not just flipping a switch. You're using a piece of technology that's been evolving for decades and is right on the verge of becoming truly intelligent. Which, of course, leads to the big question. In the future, will we even need the button, or will our cars just know?
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more How Meets History.